Hi friends, we are meeting after a long time, and in this video today I am going to deal with P.B.Shelley's sonnet Ozymandias. Shelley published the poem Ozymandias under the pseudonym and the poem was first published, as I have already told you, it was first published in the Examiner. The Examiner was a very popular journal of the time, and in the 19th century, in the first half of the 19th century, the Examiner was really a popular journal, and Shelley actually contributed to the journal many times. For example, the Revolt of Islam was also contributed to the journal. Now, without wasting any time, let's read the poem. I'm reading it very slowly so that you may understand it properly. I met a traveler from an antique land. The poem begins with a sort of introduction, with a sort of prefatory note. And the very opening line of the poem speaks of a meeting. It's dramatic, it's sudden, and to some extent arbitrary. We do not know who the speaker is, we do not know who the traveler is, and we do not know what the antique land refers to which place. Let us assume that antique land refers to Egypt, because Shelley is dealing with an Egyptian pharaoh and his fragmented statue. The traveler may be any man who had traveled to that place, to Egypt, and on his return, he confides in the speaker his experience of beholding the fragments of the statue of Ramesses II lying in the desert. Antique land may mean an ancient land, a land from antiquity, and a land from the womb of history, from the womb of time. Who said, next line, to vast and trunkless leagues of stone. Now you know that trunk refers to the body without the head and the limbs. It's also known as the torso. So it is a trunkless legs. Only legs were standing without any trunk, and the legs were standing in the desert. The body was missing. Next, near them on the sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies. Now, visage refers to the face, but visage is an interesting word, because visage is not just the face. Visage refers to the form, the properties of the face, the feature of the face. So visage incorporates, embodies face and its features, its characteristics, expressions, etc. And how is the visage? The visage is shattered. The visage is shattered. That means the visage carries the scars of time, the marks of injuries of time. Time has injured the visage of Rames, whose frown and wrinkled lip. Frown is an expression of scorn. Frown is an expression of hatred. Frown is an expression of conceit. You frown by beating your brows and wrinkling your forehead, making a kind of face, an arrogant face, when you look down upon others, when you belittle others. So, on the visage, on the shattered visage of Ozymandias, the traveler could trace his frown. The mark of scorn was still there. The wrinkled lip, the lip is wrinkled. Probably these are the wrinkles of time. These are the marks the scar of time. Time has wrinkled the lip. And the sneer of cold command. This phrase is very powerful and very interesting. The sneer of cold command. Sneer. Sneer is a contemptuous or mocking smile. Sneer, meaning you sneer when you smile in a contemptuous way, in a mocking way, when you mock other with a smile. It's called sneer. The phrase cold command, focus on that phrase. First of all, command. And command, of course, you know. Command means order. Command means injunction. Ramesses II was a very mighty king, was a powerful king, was an authoritative king who loved to command others, who loved to give commands, who loved to order, who loved to control the course of life of his subjects. But today, his command has melted. Today, his command has become cold. It's cold command. And why is it called cold command? Because his commanding face is no more relevant. It has become irrelevant. Time has made it irrelevant. Time has destroyed him, and time has destroyed his statue. Time has destroyed his command. Time has made his command cold, useless, outdated, irrelevant. His cold command. Tell that its sculptor well those passions read. This line is an example of hyperbaton. Let us rearrange the line. Tell that its sculptor read those passions well, which yet survive stamped on these lifeless things. The sculptor, the maker of the statue, he beautifully imitated the facial expressions of Ramesses II when he built his statue, when he sculpted his statue. Lifeless things refer to the trunkless legs and the visage, of course. And look at the irony of time. Time has destroyed the trunk, but time has not destroyed the face. The face of Rames still bears his arrogance, his conceit, and meaningless pride. Time is teaching us that you may be a monarch, you may be the king of kings, but you must not be arrogant. You must not look down upon others. You must not frown at others. You must not sneer at others. So, the very visage of the statue bears the stamp of time and bears the futility of power, bears the futility of the arrogance of power, of the exhibition of power, of the manifestation of power. The hand that mocked them. Mark the word mocked. Mocked here means mimicked or imitated or copied. Shelley used the word mocked in its old sense. Mocked means mimicked, I repeat, or copied or imitated. The sculptor mimicked the facial expressions of Ozymandias and beautifully transferred those expressions in the aesthetic form of the statue. We know that art is an imitation. Art is a mimesis, and obviously here we have a Platonic dimension, because Plato in the Republic, he offers a theory of art. His theory is called the mimetic theory of art, or Plato's mimesis, whatever. So the artist, the sculptor, beautifully crafted the statue of Rames by mimicking, by copying the expressions on his face, and he transferred those expressions on the statue, on the visage of the statue. So the hand here refers to the hand of the sculptor. The heart that fed. Whose heart is referred to here? Obviously the heart of the pharaoh. Whatever was visible on his face, his facial expressions were originated in his heart. So his heart is the source, is a place where those expressions are born, are generated, And the heart fed the face, the visage, with these expressions. And on the pedestal, these words appear. Pedestal is a kind of stand on which a bust is kept. Bust is a half statue, you know. So pedestal is a stand. You have seen the pedestal fan, the stand fan. The stand is called pedestal as well. On the pedestal, these words appear: my name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. A man can never be the King of Kings, as we know that God is only the King of Kings. But Ozymandias declared himself to be the King of Kings, and he not only declared it, he made the sculptor inscribe the sentences on the pedestal of the statue, of his own statue. So it's a kind of self-declaration of power. We know that only God can be the King of Kings. But here Ozymandias declares himself. It's a kind of self-declaration, you know, because he made the sculptor carve the words on the pedestal of the statue. It's a kind of exhibition of power. Probably he thought himself to be a demigod. That's why King of Kings. This is Ozymandias. My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works. The next line of the inscription, look on my works. Probably here, works refer to the architectural marvels, the achievements, the royal achievements of Ramesses. Ye mighty and despair. And this part of the inscription is a challenge to the other emperors, to the other kings of the world, that come to my land, look at my achievements and despair at your failure. Come, see and despair. It's a kind of invitation to insult the other emperors of the world. So these two lines were written on the pedestal as an inscription of power. And here we find another irony of time. Time has not destroyed the pedestal as well. The inscription is intact. So you see, his face is intact, the inscription is intact, and his legs are intact. And the inscription of the face, the facial expressions, clearly bear the stamp of Ozymandias' arrogance. How arrogant he was, how boastful he was. So Shelley is basically teaching us the evil of self-glorification, the evil of power, and the evil of pride. And the poem also allegorizes the time as the most powerful, as the mightiest element. Time is the leveler. It destroys everything coming in its way. It does not show mercy even to the king. Never. Nothing beside remains. The next line, nothing beside remains. This line is also important. Nothing beside remains. So Ozymandias' legs, trunkless legs, shattered visage, and the inscription remain, nothing beside remains. His invitation to the other emperors of the world to come and see his architectural marvels, royal achievements, are finally proved hollow by time. Time has made the inscription hollow and meaningless, irrelevant, because not a single trace of his achievement, of his architectural marvel, is found anywhere. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck. Colossal is the adjective of Colossus. In the antiquity, there was a huge statue of Colossus. So colossal means something big, something huge, gigantic. Here colossal wreck refers to the fragments of Ozymandias' statue. It is a colossal statue and it is wrecked, it is destroyed by time. Boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away. And round the statue, round the fragments of the statue, the sands, that is the desert stretched far away. The desert symbolizes the eternity of time. Time takes no measure in eternity. It is the eternity of time, and everything that is planted in it is destroyed by time. Now about the structure of the poem. I have already told you that Ozymandias is a sonnet, and you know that sonnet is a poem written in 14 lines with definite stanza pattern and rhyme scheme. Sonnet was first written in Italy. This sonnet was written in iambic pentameter and with the following rhyme scheme, and the rhyme scheme is AB, AB, CD, C, ED, EF, EF. So, if we divide the poem according to the rhyme scheme, we shall find AB, AB, AC, DC, AB, AB, AC, DC, 8 lines. Then ED, EF, EF, 6 lines. So the sonnet is divided into octave and sestet. Octave is a stanza of 8 lines, you know, and sestet is a stanza of 6 lines. That is the stanzaic division of the poem Ozymandias. So this much today. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and let us meet in the next video. Okay, goodbye.